Welcome to V Top 10. In today's video we rank George Foreman best knockouts. Let's go. Number 10. George Foreman vs. Tony Fullylingi. On October 27, 1988, Foreman beat Tony Fullylingi by TKO in the second round. After Fullylingi being floored by Foreman twice, he was jabbed at by Foreman and then went under his swinging right hand and sat down.
Now, Lelange get in the corner inside that danger zone of Foreman, but one shot in, looking for the home. George Foreman just winds up and he throws. He has worked up a sweat. Corner. He can't take the. There's the uppercut. Lelange content shot of staying in the corner. Sees it, and he goes for the uppercut. And he's down. What a moment to be smiling. He's smiling, and that man will wipe the smile. 3 or 4 fights. Foreman's trying to rough him up. It's over here in the second. That could be it. Oh, Foreman thought it was over. Lelange responds. Wild swing, and it's over. I don't think he even connected, but it is being counted as a knockdown, and it is over.
Number 9. George Foreman vs. Joe Frazier II. George Foreman vs. Joe Frazier II, billed as Battle of the Gladiators, was a professional boxing match contested on June 15, 1976 for the NABF Heavyweight Championship. Foreman was then named the winner by technical knockout at 2:26 of the 5th round. Number 8. George Foreman vs. Ken Norton. Billed as the Caracas Caper, was a professional boxing match contested on March 26, 1974 for the WBA, WBC and the Ring Heavyweight Championships. The fight would last less than 2 rounds, with Foreman scoring his 3rd consecutive knockout victory to retain the heavyweight titles.
Norton is a bit stunned as Foreman is teeing off, and it looks like no. Okay, 7, 8, and here we go as Foreman comes banging on in the second round. Norton goes down again, doesn't. His legs are rubbery as the left hand goes to the side of his head. A right uppercut, a left jab, and a vicious left. Sends Norton all over right here. It's up to 9, 10. And are they going to continue it, or are they going to stop it? It looks like it may be all over.
Number 7. George Foreman vs. Jerry Cooney. George Foreman vs. Jerry Cooney, billed as the Preacher and the Puncher, was a professional boxing match contested on January 15, 1990. Cooney hurt Foreman in the first round with a left hook. After the fight, Foreman said, "Cooney hit me harder than anyone I've ever been in the ring with." Foreman knocked Cooney down twice.
Around the room, standing his ground, punching, and then trying to move out of the way.
And there is the big roundhouse left to trademark. And Jerry Cooney's in big trouble. He's ready to go. And there he goes.
Because he's got 1 minute and 8 seconds left.
Oh! And that's it. Well, this fight's over. This fight's over.
Number 6. George Foreman vs. Ted Gullick. On April 10, 1972, Foreman faced Ted Gullick at Inglewood, California, USA. Gullick was counted out after Foreman dropped him to his knees with a left hook in the second round.
Foreman ripping in punches here in round 2. Out this year, George KO'd Murphy weeks ago. Foreman KO'd tough Clarence Boone in the second round. Foreman. 2 jolting lefts and Ted Gulick goes down. George Foreman goes to a neutral corner as the referee picks up the count. It doesn't look like Ted's going to make it.
Number 5. George Foreman vs. Joe Frazier I. Joe Frazier vs. George Foreman, billed as the Sunshine Showdown, was a professional boxing match contested on January 22, 1973, for the WBA, WBC and the Ring Heavyweight Championships. The fight lasted only 2 rounds, with Foreman scoring a TKO at 1:35 of the second round to dethrone Frazier.
Seconds to go. Frazier has never taken this kind of punishment. Frazier is being battered in Foreman's corner. Joe's about to go down. He does. Goes him down 4 times. There goes Joe down again. The fight is over.
Number 4. George Foreman vs. Jose Roman. George Foreman vs. Jose Roman was a professional boxing match contested on September 1, 1973 for the WBA, WBC and the Ring Heavyweight Championships. Foreman would make quick work of Roman, ending the fight after just 2 minutes and making it one of the shortest heavyweight title fights in history.
There he was down, resumes. Of course, George is all over him, and that quick punishing right. Mandatory 8 count is registered. Roman comes back to do battle, but not really. He is against the ropes, Foreman swinging wildly and missing, but final knockdown takes place. This time, Roman will not be getting up. The official time, 2 minutes of the first round. Look at Roman's...
Number 3. George Foreman vs. Ajeel Saad Rodriguez. Foreman vs. Rodriguez was part of a doubleheader shown live on HBO. After Foreman stopped Rodriguez, Foreman put Rodriguez down for the count in the second round with a 4-punch combination, 2 left jabs, a right cross, and a left hook.
George Foreman, his hands are so heavy that what becomes a knockout punch doesn't always look like one, and Rodriguez goes down.
Number 2. George Foreman vs. Michael Moorer. Michael Moorer vs. George Foreman, billed as One for the Ages, was a professional boxing match contested on November 5, 1994 for the WBA, IBF and Lineal Heavyweight Championships. George Foreman knocked out Michael Moorer to become the oldest heavyweight champion in history.
I was willing to stand. Moore's punches are landing 20, 350.
George, you got a question at this point.
Goes back to the jab, which was effective by Michael Moorer. Good right to the belt.
Fight that many people thought he had lost Alex.
He possibly already is in a position of needing hand to force Moorer to give ground. Backs Moorer into
Necessarily the ability anymore to finish a fighter. He should have been all over Michael.
Driving the odds down, much the way the Strong in round number 10. Rattled Moorer.
He just figured it's another fighter.
George Foreman enjoying his best round of the fight here in round 10. There's a right hand. Down goes Moorer. Could be about to lose the heavyweight title. I don't believe this. Joe Cortez pulls up the count. It is over.
Watch for the beautiful left hook right hand combination. He walked right into the left hook followed by the right.
Number 1. George Foreman vs. Ron Lyle. Foreman vs. Ron Lyle was a professional boxing match in Caesars Palace, Paradise, Nevada, U.S. contested on January 24, 1976 for NABF Heavyweight title. Foreman scored 5th round KO victory and the fight was named by The Ring as the fight of the year.
Over right hand is working very well on Foreman's left hand. His left hand is down and right here.
His hands are down, and so they are. George.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.